Remember that song? Kiki D was in the, I think, 60s, I think. Was it Kiki D? I got the music in me. And I just had to put this picture up because, you know, that the music was in them, okay? The music was in them, the music was in everybody, and that's kind of what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about, the music inside of each of us, this energy, it's a God energy that runs through each and every one of us, and it's expressed differently. You see, our song's different. We all have the same incredible music, right? It's a God music, and it's like crazy the way it comes out, and every person is different. I saw it. It just cracks me up when you guys were out there. You guys were out there. Everybody, you know, showed their music. And that's what this is about. Our soul song is inside here. Are we getting it out? Are we expressing it? Are we being able to be this unique expression of this divine music that is in each and every one of us? Because if we don't get it out, like I kind of talked about it last week, that it's translated, it's the God energy that's translated through us into action in the world. And if we don't get it out, we get depressed, we get lonely, we can't function in the world as well if we don't express it. See, that's why we're here. We express a lot of stuff. I mean, we have to. Every thought's an expression. We're creative beings. But if we don't express our soul song, you know, we never know what our purpose is. We never know what our purpose is. So it's about the music in our hearts being translated into different activities in your life. So it is about action. It's about doing something. It's about your beingness. See, and there's people who live it, and they live it, you know, moment by moment by moment, and there's some people that suppress it and never are able to touch it. You know, the deepness down here. And it's neglected and it's suffocated with resentment and fears. And to me, it's the saddest thing. I think about getting to the end of our life, when it's time to look at your life, you know, and will you be able to say, wow, I sang my song. You know, I was able to move forward and express what I was supposed to express. You know, or are we going to miss it? And everybody here has time. That's the deal, you know, and everybody here, like Judy said, you're doing it anyway. We're preaching to the choir, basically, because you do that already. But this music, this song is fundamental to human life. It just has to be. It has to be what we do in life. It's what gives us a reason to get up in the morning. And I think that's important. That's always been for me. I got to have a reason to get up. And I've got to feel it. I always say to Judy, you know, I got to feel my talk or I can't do it. I got to have this energy of what I feel inside. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to say, but I know what I feel. Does that make sense? Because it comes that way. Sometimes if I do happen to have a talk and it's all head talk, I can't feel it and I can't hardly give it. So that's what I'm saying. It has to run through your body and you have to feel it. One time, I took a class, gosh, years ago. I think I was like 20 years old. It was on, what is your life purpose? And they had us write and write and write. And they said sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 hours. You just keep writing. And you know you got your life purpose when it makes you cry, right? When the words come and all of a sudden tears come. And it was true. It's like you feel it. See? It's about feeling what you feel in your heart all the time. And to tell you the truth, for me, it is about asking questions. And I think my whole life I've had to ask the questions, who am I? You know, what am I doing here? How will I live? And I can remember being a little girl, you know, and saying, what is life about? You know, who is this person, this little girl called Glenda? And, you know, what am I to do with my life? And I think that I've asked myself that almost every day. And today, what is today like? And if we live this question, it comes to us. The guidance comes to us daily. See, I don't think there's one, Judy said it, there's not one thing you're supposed to be doing, right? Like, oh, I'm going to be a minister, you know, when I'm little and then I grow up and this is what I am. That's not what we're talking about here. That might be part of it. But what we're talking about is living on purpose daily. Just living on purpose. What do you want to feel in the morning? See, I'm not saying, what are you going to do today? What's your life purpose today? I'm saying, how do you want to feel today? You know, how do you want to feel? You want to feel loving? You know, do you want to be excited? Do you want to be at peace today? Do you want to be filled with joy? Yes, yes, yes. And then you decide that whatever comes to you, you feel it. I guess that I've always said that one of my my life purpose was to be able to feel what comes to me and be okay with it, right? To be able to accept life on life's terms. we go through these stages in our life, and I think our purposes change, don't you? That it has to, because, we take on different roles in life. So in childhood, we ask, who am I, and what am I going to be when I grow up? And then I think we get to our middle age and we say, okay, what's next? What's our calling? What's my next calling, after this? I mean, I've done that like 3 or 4 times with different careers and things. What's my next calling? And now what my question is, how do I grow whole, not just old? How do I grow whole? How do I express this purpose? And then what's my legacy? What at this point, after, however long, what do I want to live? Like when I look back at my life, what is it that I want people to remember about me? And I think that, for all of us, that if we have a reality check and we go within, we have to see, what do you want to say on your epitaph? What is it? And then we have time now to live it and to create it, since we are creators. And I know for me, it has been about inspiration and about leaving the situation better than if I wasn't there, right? So whatever I touched, I wanted to leave it better. Did I always do it? No, but is that an intention? Yes. To be able to, if it's not to touch another person or another heart, it's to be able to leave a flower better, or to something like that, to leave the world a little bit better because you were here. And I was thinking about this, and I said to Judy, so we're talking about purpose. What if you're laying in bed and you're just sick and there's, dying, what's the purpose then? Let's talk about this. And what we talked about was that you're still creating, right, with your thoughts, and so that's your purpose then, because your thoughts are creating peace in the world. They're creating strife in the world. What are they creating? And so we're creating beings with every single thought that we have. And what we're all called to do is to become conscious, right? To make these conscious choices, to not let life just run you, be the victim to life, but to be able to let life move through you, but make the choice of how you handle life. We don't get to choose everything that happens, that's for sure, but we can choose how we handle it. We can choose to take our music and move out in life with that song. And everybody's got a different song. And I've got a million songs, and you've got a million songs in you. But we all have the music running through every cell in our body. And how we express it is all differently, And some days, and I've told you a million times that I've gone through a depression where it's been just numb. It's been sad. I couldn't get through it. I didn't think I'd ever get through it. And so how do you live your purpose, when you're not listening, and listening is like really huge. And if you're not listening and you're blocked, you can't live it. But somebody once told me that you can have purpose moments, and that really helped a lot. You make your own purpose moments, right? Those are moments of meaning. And they were something like going out and maybe buying somebody a cup of coffee that I didn't even know next to me, and I would talk to them. Or being able to, just as simple as lighting a candle, saying a prayer, whatever was meaningful to you at the time, so that it created this opening, and it made you feel healthy inside, healthier than you would be if you were just in this numb place. So these purpose moments are huge, and it's what any of us can do if we are feeling that right now. We can go outside, and we can, talk to somebody. We can let a car pass instead of trying to pass them. There's different things that you can do to open up your heart, to let yourself feel better. The truth is, and I just believe this with all my heart, that we're here not just for ourselves, we're here for each other. We're here for the sake of the whole. We are just a part of the whole. But see, the part can't be rotten, right? The part has to be whole. You have to be whole within your part to make a whole. Does that make sense? You have to be complete. The whole within the whole, and then we have a complete world. And that's why we're here, you guys, is to be able to know who we are, to be divine, to feel the alignment, the divine alignment, and then take it out to the world, to make the world whole. And it's people like us, that do that are open, that are loving, that care about each other. That's what it takes to be able to expand this world and make a better world. And that's what our purpose is about. It's not just about saving the world. I'm going to go out and save the world. That's important. We want to do that. But we can't save the world unless we're whole ourselves, right? So that becomes our purpose, is to go within and find out who you are and to save yourself first. That has to be done first. And then you can reach out and save the world. So we have to ask ourselves, you know, why do I get up in the morning? You know, what am I living for? And that would be my invitation for all of us, is to take this deep breath every morning, to go inside and see how you want to live in this moment when you get up. How do you want to live that day? And then remember it. Stay in the questions. Stay in the question daily of how do you want to live? How do I live? And see if you can keep doing it. Sometimes you don't. You create a purpose moment. But if you step back and you breathe and ask yourself, how do I live? How do I live? See? I'm reading a book that's awesome by Richard Leader, and he says that our world is incomplete until each one of us discovers what moves us. What moves us. And that nobody else is going to tell you what moves you. You know, I used to want everybody to tell me what I was supposed to do for, you know, to my purpose. But only you know what your purpose is down deep inside, and you have to listen. You have to open up your heart and you have to listen. And then, a lot of us listen, but we don't act, right? We know, but we don't have the courage to go do it. And so this is a call for you to open up, to listen, and then to act on that. To act on your purpose in life, because that's what you're here for. What moves each and every one of you? What gets you up in the morning? What stirs your heart? And I ask you so deeply to go inside and find that. You know, and if you don't know, start opening yourself up by creating those purpose moments. See, moments are important because moments add up to a lifetime. And a lifetime is a whole life. And that's what we're here for. And so that's my prayer for each and every one of us, is that we go in deep. You know, we ask ourselves the questions. We ask ourselves, why are we here? Why are we here? What am I to do with my life? And then we listen and we hear it. Thank you for joining us.